So the Proboscis Cernos, the best version of Cernos, in my opinion, it is a bow type weapon with a unique gimmick, which is once you shoot this weapon, it releases these appendages that groups enemies together and then explodes. These appendages does damage twice. It does tick damage and it ticks twice. So one first tick is there and there's the second tick, an explosion. This explosion is affected by firestorm. However, these tendrils aren't affected by firestorm. The weapon comes with innate viral and slash damage, which is very good. Viral damage is good. So in order to craft this weapon, first you need to craft the regular Cernos, then you use that to craft the Mutalis Cernos, and finally you use that Mutalis Cernos to craft the Proboscis Cernos. It's a whole process, but it's still very much worth it. This weapon did get hit hard after the AoE Ammonarchs, but since then we have had several new arcanes, especially the primary compression, which is very good on this weapon. Primary compression works without any downside on the Proboscis Cernos. There you go. So let's just check out the build first and I'll show you what. So here we have primed firestorm with primary compression. Now what this does is the appendages or tendrils, whatever you want to call them, aren't affected by primed firestorm. So even with this nerfed range, they still have maximum pull radius, so they will pull enemies in from the max distance whether you have this or not. It's unaffected. It does, however, affect the explosion radius at the end, but since the enemies will be grouped up anyway, it does not matter. Next, we have element. Here we have thermite round and malignant force for gas. Gas is very good on this weapon because it groups up enemies and gas gives it AoE damage. AoE dot damage. We also have electricity, which is another dot damage, and it changes between nearby enemies, and since they are grouped, it changes between all the grouped up enemies, so it's very good. This weapon needs electricity and gas. Next up we have galvanized chamber. It's multi-shot. Multi-shot is always good. After that, I'm using continuous misery for status duration. This one is optional. You can swap this out for something else, maybe a faction mod or anything you want, maybe some fire rate. It's up to you. Rifle aptitude. Now the appendages aren't affected by this. However, the initial hit from the arrows and the explosion, these two are affected by it. You can skip it, but I am using it. Galvanized aptitude does not work on this weapon. It works on the direct hits, but we are not depending on the direct hits to kill. We are using the tendrils and the explosion damage, and this does not work on that. It has 7% crit chance and 1.9x crit multiplier, so building for crit is pointless. You can build for it, it's not recommended. It's not going to be a good time. So we have viral gas and electricity on the radial damage, which will take care of pretty much anything you throw at it. So let's check the build in action. I have nothing on my Noko, so this is going to be entirely the weapon build. There we go. So nothing on Noko, and aim down sights for 806% damage boost. And there we go. Now these are Cosmog Oxide officers, some of the tankiest enemies in the game. So it will take a while to kill them, but trash mobs will die in one hit. There they are dead, and my galvanized chamber is fully maxed out. Let's check it out once more. And there we go. This is without any weapon buffs, without any frame buffs. This is just the weapon. So as you can see, it does very good damage. Now, if you add weapon buffs, frame buffs, as well as companion buffs, this thing will absolutely shred. Let me just give you a demonstration of how strong this can be with some additional buffs applied to it. So I'll be using a Proboscis. These things are really good. And and there that's from the Proboscis, and there we go. Okay, that was just my companion. It's just too strong. Let me swap it out for a Panzer. There we go. Now I'll be able to show it better. So there we go. Let me stand here. And as you can see, they are dead. They are dead. So let's check out the build in an actual mission and see how it performs. I'll show 2 more builds after this. So let's test the build out in an actual mission.
To truly master the canvas of war.
I'm using arrows here just for health tanking. I can buff it with roar, but I won't yet. So they are dead. Okay, and they should die in a single shot. Yep, so this weapon is still very strong and very much usable, especially with the ammo efficiency from primary compression. Honestly, this weapon doesn't have any downsides or drawbacks from using primary compression, simply because the tendrils aren't affected, just the explosion, but since it all groups them up anyway, you can kind of bypass the downside. Let me just put in the bypass so we can get the acolyte to spawn faster, and that's done. Okay. Yeah, they will die. Trash mobs will die in a single shot. Let me put roar on, and we have 134% roar. And yeah, nothing is surviving this. It's just that strong. It's my one of all-time favorite weapon, but after the AoE ammo nerfs, I haven't been able to use it much. But ever since primary compression came out, I have been running it a lot more frequently, and it's comfy. I don't have to worry about ammo economy, I don't have to worry about crowd control or damage. It kinda does everything. Let me put in one more bypass, and there you go. Yes, I roar. Maximus Will it die in one hit? No, it certainly checks him us, that's why.
Oculists, if they scan you, sentient fighters won't be far behind.
And we have the tracks. Let's see if I can one-shot them. Here's Roar. And should die in a single hit. Or not. It needs 2 hits. Yeah. 2 hits is enough. Wow, my aim is trash. Wouldn't be playing Warframe otherwise. There we go. Now we wait for the Acolyte to spawn. You could put a faction mod on this and it will deal significantly more damage. But I just don't like using faction mods. Okay, so we got the Acolyte spawn. Let's see how it clears Acolyte. And there he is. Violence. Bro, I can't hit a shot. There we go. Can you just... Bruh. Okay, there, that hit. Yeah, it should be able to two-shot him, I suppose. Dot damage, gas, and he's dead. So yeah, it does work quite well with primary compression without any drawbacks. The Proboscis Cernos, this weapon, and Proboscis are my go-to weapon to use with primary compression. These are just very good with it. Ogres with Nightwatch Napalm absolutely shreds everything, and this one just groups everything up and kills them. So that was it for the primary compression build. Let's check out 2 more builds. Galvanized chamber for multi-shot as usual. Again, gas. This weapon works really well with gas and electricity. We have Elementalist for the damage boost to our status. Serration. Now this one is optional, I'd say, because you are already getting 300% damage from longbow sharp shot. However, I am using this for front loaded damage, so when I can't activate longbow sharp shot, so let's say I can't find head to shoot at, then serration will come in play. But you can replace this with something else if you want. You could go with Heartstorm for more AoE. If you have a Riven, you can use that. You can go with Bane mods, so faction mods. Those would be very good. And aside from that, there isn't much, honestly. Yeah, those are the ones you could use. I would not go with these magnetic or radiation mods since they will dilute the status pool. So this is the build. Let's check it out. This build also works very well. So here we first shoot him once, and now I have longbow sharp shot active. So let's shoot him once, and longbow sharp shot is still active. Okay, let me just, there we go. Galvanize status mods does not work on this weapon because it's an AoE. It works on the direct hits. This is the main issue with longbow sharp shot. You run out of ammo really fast, so you have to think before you shoot. So let me just buff it up fully. Okay, actually let's switch the enemy type to a battle group. Let's go with Shuriken battle group, that works. Okay, so there's our heavy gunner, shoot him once. Now we have longbow sharp shot active. And yeah, I would not use this. If you have primary compression, use that. That is just superior in every way to this one. Yeah, there is one more build and to show, which is primary bulwark build. This is similar to longbow sharp shot. You get damage from bulwark, you get 500% damage, which is still less than primary compression, which gives around 800%, a bit more than 800% damage. But this is still a viable build if you want to build around bulwark. Here's what I am using. So galvanized chamber for multi-shot. This is as usual, this goes on every build. Malignant force and thermite round for gas, as usual on Proboscis Cernos. Elementalist for more status damage. This is a status weapon, so this is also a must on this. We have continuous misery, which gives us status duration. Again, this is optional. You can keep it or you can swap it with something else. I am keeping this so I have more dot damage. Speed trigger for fire rate. You can replace this if you want. Rifle aptitude for status chance. Now, one thing I forgot to mention, I think the appendages of this weapon aren't affected by rifle aptitude. However, the direct hits are, and the explosion at the end, those are affected by this. So I think this is worth running. I could be wrong, but I am keeping this. And a Stormbringer for electricity. So in order to make this build work, I'm going to run Inaros. Okay, so we have there we go, we have 500% damage from bulwark. Let's shoot them. Yeah, it works, but not as well as primary compression. Primary compression is just busted on this weapon, absolutely. As you can see, they are dead mostly. Also, you will have issues with ammo economy with this build. And let me just show primary compression one last time, just to compare between the three. Okay, so I just need to shoot them once, I think. Yeah. And most of them will die from it. 806% damage, and then the other two gives, one gives you 300% and the other gives 500%. So this is just the superior build. So if you are looking to build the Proboscis Cernos, this is what I'd go with. The primary compression build. You don't have to worry about ammo economy, you don't have to worry about damage, it just does everything. So that's all.